Hello, 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 a happy Halloween, and welcome back to Dilzim's Let's Play of the Kingdom of Loathing. As you can see, today is Halloween. I can head into Seaside Town and do some trick-or-treating. I'm going to click here. If I go to trick-or-treat, if I click on trick-or-treat, there we go. Aha! I can click on a house. I can't go trick-or-treating without a costume. Let's see if I have anything that I can put together here. Well, I do have a bugbear bung guard. I don't have the other part, but that'll be the easiest one for me to get. So let's go back to the knoll, the Degrassi knoll here. And we'll go back to the garage and see if we can get a bugbear beanie, which will complete the costume. Okay. Whack him. Ah, another bungard. I need the beanie. No, I need the hat. I don't have enough adventures to waste on this today. Come on, you want to drop... Ah, I just need a beanie, guys. I need the hat. I have plenty of pants. I am fighting an oddly proportioned ghost. You encounter a trick-or-treating child in a costume. It's weird, though. The head part of the ghost is huge. The kid moves under the sheet, and suddenly you're knocked over by an unseen force. Hey, watch it, you shout, but the kid does not reply. I get the jump on it. I make a big X on it with my scalpel. X never, ever marks the spot, but in this case it does mark the spot where you did 9 plus 3 damage. Listen to the soothing and not at all annoying buzz of Wonklin swings as he gets me 20 hit points. I love my mosquito. I also acquire a Booterfinger. This 200-year-old candy bar consists of a thin tube of chocolate filled with some kind of chalky white substance. It's a potion. It gives me the effect boosted for 50 adventures. Holy cow, it gives me muscle plus 30. Okay, well, and for what, 50 adventures it said? 50 adventures. Well, that'll handle most of the rest of my day. But I don't really need it yet, so let's hang on to that for a while. Knowlish tire juggler. Okay, come on. Bugbear beanie, excellent. Now I can show this off. So we go into my inventory and we equip the bugbear beanie and the bugbear bung guard. Aha! I'm now in costume as a bugbear. So let's go back to Seaside Town and do some trick-or-treating. Ugh, I came down here so I could work out in peace away from all the terrible food and weird music and stuff, but no, down here little kids in costume interrupt your reps to demand candy. Here, choke on it. These are some candies from the supplement aisle at a store you would hate. The effect is Milk Studley. Okay, it's like the Booterfinger but not as awesome. Let's go here. Ah, greetings, fellow bugbear. I see, this is that holiday on which you filthy humans dress as superior beings to disguise the shortcomings of your own pathetic flesh. I understand it is customary to give you treats when you come begging. Very well. These are, bugbear delicacies. Yes, this is what bugbears eat when we really want a treat. I would eat some with you now, but I just ate some a few minutes ago. Enjoy, filthy human! I got a cog, a spring, and a sprocket. Hey, are you here for the party? Oh, just... candy. Somebody got sick all over the candy. We had to throw it all away, but I bet I got something in the bar. I get a Swizzler. This is a licorice stick. Like almost all licorice, it's not actually licorice. Unlike almost all licorice, it's made of compressed and congealed grenadine. Yeah, it's my sugar rush. I've seen that before. I am fighting a kid who is too old to be trick-or-treating. As you approach the house, a kid steps out of the shadows and says, "It's my turn first, dude. Halloween is like totally tubular, isn't it? It's like all fresh and jiggy and dope, right?" Man, something about this kid isn't right. Maybe it's the 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe it's the receding hairline with gray patches at the temples. Maybe it's the fact that he smells like pipe and tobacco whiskey. Pipe, tobacco, and whiskey. But something tells you this guy is maybe a little too old for trick-or-treating. Now's not the time to think about how old you are, or might be. Now's the time to kick some grandpa butt. You get the jump on him. Alright, let's whack him. Alright, I got a bottle of whiskey. Sweet deal. Okay. Let's go back to trick-or-treating. I'm just going to finish off the block because it doesn't seem to be taking adventures. Okay. Dealing poultry 2 damage. Oof. Ow. He beat me up. The kid who's too old to be trick-or-treating beat me up. I'm gonna go rest. That bastard. How dare he beat me up. Okay. Let's go back to that trick-or-treating block. So Kingdom of Loathing always does things around weird holidays. You are fighting Klaus Fark, neighborhood cop. A chubby dude on a weird chariot-like scooter pulls up in front of you. Hey, you kids, stop in the name of the Suburban Neighborhood Task Force, he shouts. You look around, but you're the only kid in sight. Is there a problem, officer, you ask? Don't you kids sass me, I know your type. You're out here stealing candy, aren't you? No, they give it away for free. It's Halloween. You're darn tootin', it's Halloween. I guess you kids are out to some tricks, huh? Spray paint some garage doors, lob some eggs, put a zip tie on a can of air freshener, and chuck it into an open car window? Are you trying to give me ideas, you ask? I knew it! You kids are up to no good. I'm taking you in. Come along quietly and don't make me shine my flashlight in your eyes and tell you to stop. Get the jump on him. You manage to lunge, but you have some trouble with the smacking part and only manage to deal 1 damage. Your foe laughs at your misfortune. Holy cow, he hits like a truck. He sprays pepper spray at you. What a fascist. Holy, okay. I'm having some trouble with these bad guys, and I don't want to waste all my adventures resting. So I'm going to go back to my campground and rest up and then put my gear back on. Okay. We will put my Dolphin King's crown back on, and we will put my, where is it, Knobgoblin pants back on. And we will go, well, I could go to the nearby plains and fight the boss bat. I'm trying to think. I do have some meat. I'll show off the shore here. It costs 3 adventures and 500 meat. And I'm going to go on the Distant Lands Dude Ranch adventure. Alright, so you take a boat trip on the Distant Lands Dude Ranch, where you're given lessons in riding, roping, wrangling, and pronunciating. One day you're instructed to rope a steer, then ride it, or maybe ride it and then rope it, or maybe rope, wrangle, and ride it all at the same time. It's kind of fuzzy. Anyway, long before your 8 seconds are up, the steer gets tired of being steered around, not to mention the wrangling, and it throws you off and goes back to its patch of clover. Well, mostly clover. You instinctively begin to search around for lucky ones, and ooh, what a lucky one you are. You find one with 3 leaves. Wait a minute, this is poison ivy. Darn it, guess you weren't so lucky after all. Fortunately, poison ivy isn't lethal, and whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I lose 3 adventures. I spent 500 meat, but I gained 30 fortitude, which got me a muscle point and a level. And I acquire Shore Ink Ship Trip Scarab. So if we go back here, no, it's not at the shore, it's in Border Town. Oh no, it's at the gift shop. I can get souvenir trips. I get a meat globe. This is a cheap trinket that shows various scenes in the kingdom suffering a freak meat storm. I could get a cheap toaster. An ordinary toaster is a miracle of modern science. You put bread in, push down the lever, and in a couple of minutes, toast comes out. Nobody knows where the bread goes. This toaster, however, is a miracle of modern magic. It doesn't even require bread. Okay. You could also get a UV-resistant compass, which aids in desert exploration. Well, let's actually, well, kind of want the cheap toaster. What? Oh, the cheap toaster costs 3. Well, okay, I'll have to save up. I could also get a souvenir crate. The Shore Ink doesn't allow you to buy souvenirs while you're on their trips. Rest assured that the purpose of this policy is to provide better service to you, not to increase the profits of the Shore Ink. This crate contains a variety of souvenirs from the Distant Lands Dude Ranch. Let's grab one of those. Okay, let's go into my inventory and see what is in the Dude Ranch souvenir crate. I get a bottle of whiskey. I get 2 coconut shells. So the bottle of whiskey says, this is an airline-sized bottle of whiskey. It's only wrong when the woman is right. Whiskey. Okay, there's 2 coconut shells. This is a coconut shell with a big hole in it. If you hold it up to your ear, you can hear the sound of coconut milk sloshing around. Nice. I could wear it as a hat, which would give me damage absorption +1 with power 30. I kind of like my Dolphin King's crown. It's a meat pasting component and a fancy cocktail crafting ingredient. I'm not going to get up to any fancy cocktail crafting because that's not where the Seal Clipper's skills lie. I also acquire 3 sticks of dynamite. It's a combat item. This is a stick of very old dynamite, so old in fact that the nitroglycerin has begun to sweat out of it and crystallize on the surface. This is extremely dangerous, but as long as you don't gesture animatedly with it while you're talking about how dangerous it is, you should be fine. Okay. Well, I can use my shiny stones to get some more gold here. What does the stone wool do? Stone-faced. Damage reduction 3. Okay, cool. So that'll last for 3 adventures. Let's go. Let's go back to town. I gained a level. I bet the Council of Loathing wants to talk to me. We've gotten word, adventure, that the Knob Goblins, who normally keep to themselves over at Cobb's Knob, are planning a major military action against Seaside Town. We need for you to go deep into the Knob and nip this problem in the bud, so to speak, by neutralizing the Goblin King. Our spies have determined that there's a secret entrance that will allow you access to the inside of the Knob. They recovered this from the map, but They recovered this map, but nobody knows how to read it. You'll need to figure out how to decrypt the symbols on it if you're going to find that entrance. And be careful with it, adventurer. Many Bothans died to... Oh, wait, never mind. That was something else. So I can do that, but it's actually probably going to be a little tough for me right now at level 5. I'm going to need to do some other questing first. So... Oh, I received a new message from the Loathing Postal Service. I got a telegram from Lady Spooky Raven. It says, "This is a telegram from Lady Spooky Raven, clearly addressed to you, but postmarked well before your birth." That's still a little creepy. Dilzim, Seaside Town. Unfinished business, stop. Cannot leave mortal realm, stop. Necklace in library desk, stop. Gift from husband, stop. Key lost, stop. Billiards room? That key also lost, stop. Haha, stop. So forgetful. Drawer in kitchen, perhaps? You may enter, stop. Cordially, Lady Spooky Raven. Okay. Well, I had the boss bat quest before I had any of the other ones, so let's go focus on that, I think. Go into the bat hole. In the entryway, you are fighting a pine bat. This is the bat of a body of one of those car air fresheners. You know, not the kind where there's like sponge in a can, but the kind where they're like a little pine tree that hangs from the mirror. It gets to jump on you. It blinds you with a spray of pure evergreen scent. It's like drowning in pine saw. Alright, so let's whack it. Seems to be having some problem with my internet connection today. I hit it for 24 plus 3 damage, and my collar does its thing, and I listen to the soothing and not at all annoying buzz of Wonklin's wings as he bites my opponents and heals me. That's excellent. Let's adventure again. Another pine bat. It bonks you with its cardboard body. That ordinarily wouldn't hurt, but it does when it's right in your eye! Okay. Alright, let's keep going. We're fighting an albino bat. This is an albino bat, equally as likely to carry disease, get in your hair, or sock your blood, but at least this one's easier to see. It gets the jump on you. It tries to sink its fangs into your neck, but you tell it, no fangs, I'm good. It does dawn on me at this point, seeing as it's Halloween, I probably should have saved all that spooky forest questing until today, but that's okay. Okay, I tossed Dr. Hobo Scalpel from hand to hand. We've seen that before. I'm fighting another pine bat. It flies straight into your mouth. Yuck! Actually, the fake tree flavor just tastes like gin, but gin's pretty nasty. I actually like gin. You know, when properly put together with vermouth, of course. We will keep adventuring in the bat hole. I am fighting a regular old bat. This is a perfectly ordinary bat. I get to jump on it. Okay. Another perfectly ordinary bat. It tries to claw you, but you bat it away. Okay. Another albino bat. It flaps its wings ferociously and with a complete lack of rhythm lets loose a blood-curdling squeak and dive bombs you. You try to bat it away, but it collides with your chest, sending you sprawling. I kill it with no problems. Another regular old bat. Another dead regular old bat. A pine bat. I get the jump on the pine bat. Oh, I got bat gut. This is the gut from a bat. That's why they call it bat gut. If it were the gut from something else, they'd call it a something else gut. That description has been around for a long time, because I've been playing this game. I've played this game, I don't know exactly when I started, but probably at least 7 years ago. If not more. Gin's nasty, apparently. I get a bat wing. This is a wing from a bat. It seems surprisingly meaty. It's a cooking ingredient. Okay. Another perfectly ordinary bat, which gives me bat guano. This is some guano from a bat. They say in some cultures they make pottery out of this stuff. Sounds pretty nasty to me. Okay. What happens when I use the bat guano? I acquire an item guano coffee cup, which is a cooking ingredient. Sometimes this game is completely incomprehensible, but let's keep going back to the bat hole entrance. Okay, more bat guano. An albino bat. It squeaks a loud squeak, but you've listened to enough Mariah Carey that you're immune. Oh, low blow. Excellent. Yeah, okay. Albino bat goes down. I get to jump on the albino bat, and it goes down. More bat guano. Pine bat. It smacks you with its fake cardboard tree. It wears you out. It wears you out. I don't get it, but okay. More bat wings. It tries to knock over a stalagmite on you, but it's too firmly fastened on the ground to move. Okay. I got to jump on the pine bat. More bat gut. There we go. I got a pine fresh air freshener. This is what we're trying to get. It gives me slight stench resistance. It's an accessory and it requires mysticality. Oh, I can equip my excellent things now. Ha ha ha, I have high enough mysticality. Okay, so I can equip. I'm going to unequip the Ring of Half-Assed Regeneration. I'm going to equip the shiny ring, and I'm going to equip a pine fresh air freshener. Actually, no, I'm not. That's a lie. I'm going to go back to the bat hole, and now I'm going to go into Guano Junction. You're near the junction, but the stench of the massive piles of guano is enough to knock you over. You're going to need some sort of stench protection if you want to adventure there. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to unequip my vampire collar. Wunklin's a better vampire collar than the vampire collar anyway, and equip my pine fresh air freshener. And we will try that again. Go into Guano Junction. Now I'm fighting a baseball bat. This is a bat with the body of a baseball and the heart of a bad pun. You get to jump on it. Okay. Let us continue fighting. I am fighting a large-headed werewolf. You encounter a trick-or-treating kid dressed as a werewolf with a huge head. Before you can even make a reference to mediocre 90s comedy, the kid runs toward you with its teeth bared. It's weird. You'd expect it to be snarling, but it's completely silent. You get to jump on it. Let us thrust smack it. Ooh, okay. I acquired moons. This is a 200-year-old candy bar. To be more accurate, it's two 100-year-old candy bars in one wrapper. They're little nuggets of dark chocolate filled with what the label claims is a sugary slurry of wholesome moon coconut. This gives me mysticality plus 30. Whew. And I believe it's for 50 adventures as well. Yeah, that is some powerful candy. Let's keep fighting here. I'm fighting a perpendicular bat. This bat is perpendicular to the ground. That makes it totally different from a regular bat. It tries to batter you with its claws, but you bat it away. Batter up. Okay, we will continue fighting here. Now I'm fighting a dough bat. This is a bat made out of dough, or a wad of dough with wings. You make the call. It tries to scratch you with a yeasty tendril, but you dodge. Alright, I slash with my scalpel, and it chooses to step forward rather than dodge. It chose poorly and takes 24 plus 3 damage. This is a bat with the body of a baseball. You mark a big X on it with your scalpel. You acquire an item sonar in a biscuit. This appears to be one of those flavored crackers, but it appears to be flavored with piercing waves of high-pitched sound. It's incredible and inedible. Okay, I could use that in combat, but it's also a usable item. I kind of want to see what it does. Let's use sonar in a biscuit. You head down the ladder into the bat hole and break open the sonar in a biscuit. Deafening waves of sound echo through the hole, and the wall of rubble leading west from the Guano Junction collapses in a heap, or a smaller heap than before. So if we go back here, we can go into the Bat Rat and Rat Bat burrow now, which we couldn't before. You may remember that one was blocked. Let's see what we can do in here. You're fighting a rat bat. This is a disturbing combination of bat and rat. It seems to be more rat than bat. You get the jump on it. Thrust smack. You lunge towards your opponent and then smack it with your Dr. Hobo's scalpel. I got a rat appendix. This is the appendix from a rat. It's squishy. It's a cooking ingredient. Okay. Oof. Wow, he hit me hard. Whips you in the bung with its scaly little tail. Gross, man. Okay, I got another sonar and a biscuit, but I'm not done hanging around here. Ooh, I got rat gut. Ah. This is the gut from a rat, or something other than a rat, but something that had rat guts, either internally or maybe just carrying them in a bucket or something. You're fighting a scream bat. With an unholy shriek, a scream bat descends from the ceiling of the bat hole. Its gargantuan mouth. Oh, holy cow, that shriek was just a regular bat getting out of the scream bat's way. Let's start again. With an eardrum-shattering, earth-shaking bellow, a scream bat descends from the ceiling with murder in its eyes and a whole lot of volume in its voice box. You get the jump on it. Thrust smack. Okay. Wonklin's dealing almost as much damage as I am. I win the fight. The bat fills its lungs for one more mighty shriek, running from low enough to vibrate your guts to high enough to make a chihuahua's head explode. You hear rock crumbling to powder somewhere in the distance. That's great, because now I don't have to go open that other hole myself. Let's go back to the bat hole. Aha, the bean bat chamber. You're fighting a bean bat. This is a bat with a bean instead of a body. You get the jump on it. Okay. Another bean bat. It crashes to the floor, but starts flying again, which makes it a reflied bean. Wow. Okay. It gets the jump on you. It swoops down, lodges in your throat, makes you cough and sputter while it scratches your esophagus with its wings. Okay. It beans you in the bean with its bean, old bean. I say. Oh, I got an enchanted bean. That's a cooking ingredient. Let's adventure again. Ooh, another enchanted bean. It tries to bean you in the bean with its bean, old bean, but it's just a has-bean. Okay. Another enchanted bean and another sonar in a biscuit. Let us continue adventuring. The enchanted beans are pretty good for something. Food, actually. I probably made that clear. A scream bat. Oh, holy cow. Okay. Thrust, smack it, and there we go. Let's go back to the bat hole. Let's actually go into my inventory. Do I have any dough? I do not have any dough. That's fine. I do need to equip my bugbear costume again. And let us go back to the distant woods. You may remember, if you were paying attention, that in the forest village there was a bugbear bakery. Welcome, fellow bugbear, to the Bugbear Bakery. We sell all manner of baking supplies. Okay, so I want to buy 5 wads of dough. 5 wads of dough. And I'm also gonna shell out 500 meat for a rolling pin. This is a rolling pin. This thing looks like it'd be perfect for turning mass quantities of dough into mass quantities of flat dough. There's also an unrolling pin which does the exact same thing. See, in the wad of dough, I'll buy my rolling pin here. We go into my inventory. If you go into miscellaneous and you look at the wad of dough and you use it, you smash your wad of dough flat. It turns the wad of dough into flat dough. I can use my rolling pin to do all of them at once. And then we go into crafting. There we go. We go into cook stuff. I select my enchanted beans and my flat dough. Whoops. My flat dough. I make as many as possible. I have 4 enchanted bean burritos. Now, if I had some sort of spicy thing, I could make spicy enchanted bean burritos. I wonder. I don't actually know where to get spice off the top of my head, so I'm just going to eat the bean burritos, the enchanted bean burritos. They're not as good as they could be, but they are good. So, Gonna eat 4. Just gonna go hog wild and eat them all. 6 adventures apiece, a whole bunch of mysticality. Oh, a couple of them only gave me 5 adventures, but you can see I'm not even actually full yet. If I had something else worth eating, that would be really good, but I don't, so. Well, let's go back into my inventory and equip my crown and my Knobgoblin pants again, and go into the bat hole. I can go into the boss bat's lair, fighting a beefy bodyguard bat. This is one of the beefiest bats in the burrow, and that's why the boss bat chose him as a personal bodyguard. He looks eager to buffet, batter, bedevil, and even berate you, leaving you thoroughly bedraggled. Beware! He gets the jump on you. He picks up a rock in his tiny claws and throws it at your nipple. Eek! Ooh! Ow! Ow! You lose 10 hit points. Well, let's thrust smack him. Alright. Let's adventure again. He picks up a rock in his tiny claws and throws it at your head. Whack. Alright. Getting a ton of meat for beating up the beefy bodyguard bats. Bam. Somewhere in here there's a boss bat. But you have to keep adventuring until you find him. Oof, ow. He manhandles you in the nipple. Well, as much as something can be manhandled with a tiny claw on the end of a wing. I'm not reading my attack descriptions anymore because the description of the... Okay, I do need to get some mysticality points back, so let's go back to my campground and spend 1 adventure there. Then go back to the boss bat's lair. This is really good because, aha, the boss bat. This is the 2-headed bat who runs the bat hole, despite constant arguments with himself, which usually leave him with 4 black eyes. Got the jump on him. Ooh, he hits like a truck, but I've actually got a fair amount of hit points at this point, so let's whack him again. Alright, I got a dense meat stack. That is worth 1,000 meat. It's also a meat smithing component. I acquire a bat skin belt, which is an accessory, which gives me all of my attributes plus 3. I could go back to the boss bat's lair, but I seem to be doing pretty well on meat, so let's go back and talk to the Council of Loathing. Well done, you have slain the boss bats. Okay. Let's go to the right side of the tracks. Let's go to the Brotherhood of the Smackdown and talk to Torg the Trainer. Okay. Audacity of the Otter. Critical hits do more damage. I could hibernate, which gives me the well-rested effect, which is plus 3 stats per fight. Gives me blubber up. Gives moxie plus 5. I am definitely going to train the thrust smack. Could learn the Wrath of the Wolverine, which lets you build fury by defeating opponents up to a maximum of 3 gallons of fury. I don't exactly know what that does, but I like the sound of it. Could also learn super advanced meat smithing, which allows the meat smithing of advanced weapons. Okay. I don't know anything about meat smithing yet, but let's learn Wrath of the Wolverine here. There's also Buoyancy of the Beluga. Regenerate 1 HP per adventure per gallon of fury. That's pretty sweet. But I don't have enough meat for that, so let's go back and talk to Grignar the Seal Clubber. Dilzim, I have grave news. An incredibly dangerous artifact guarded by our guild for generations has been stolen by your Nemesis. You must recover it from him before he discovers how to use it, or great catastrophe will surely ensue. Wait, what? Since when do I have a nemesis, you ask? Well, we took a vote and you weren't here, so he's your nemesis. You should come to meetings more often. Anyway, this is not the time for such an argument. Your nemesis is rumored to lair within the big mountains, but I fear you have not the required metal to defeat him. You must recover and master the legendary epic weapon of the Seal Clubber before you have any hope of victory. It will be a long and arduous task. Are you prepared? No. Too bad. The first step will be for you to smith yourself an epic weapon. You must seek out the 2 oldest and wisest men in the kingdom. One will provide you with the first part of the weapon. Also, if you approach him on the correct day, the good fortune to win the good fortune necessary to win the second part from the other, who runs the casino. One of his myriad games of chance will provide you with what you seek, with luck. The third part of the epic weapon is up to you to locate. The town's meatsmith will provide you with the knowledge required to construct the epic weapon. I will grant you the meat necessary to purchase the proper tool. Once you have completed the weapon, return to me. Okay, so let's go talk to the meatsmith first, like he suggests. He's on... Nope. is in the market square up here. I can buy a tenderizing hammer. This is a meat tenderizing hammer used in the craft of meatsmithing. Okay, I will buy one of those. Now, what else did he say about my stuff? Let's go talk to him again. I almost don't remember. I read it pretty fast. Okay, so I have to go talk to the oldest and wisest man in the kingdom. Well, there was, in the mountains, if you remember, a hermitage. But I need a hermit permit. Okay, so let's go back to town. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do. And back into town, back into the market square, down to the general store where I can purchase, for 100 meat, a hermit permit. Alright, well, let's go back to the mountains then and finally talk to this hermit. That is not the mountains. Let us go into the mountains. The hermit glances at your hermit permit and then rummages through your sack. He looks at you with a disappointed sigh. Looks like you don't have anything worthless enough for him to want to trade for it. You look behind him and see a collection of items arrayed on a filthy carpet. Okay. I don't even know. Alright, well, let's go. Let's go back to town, I guess. How would I get something worthless? Is there maybe something in the general store? What's the pickled egg? When you've got a craving for something that's been floating in brine in a dust-covered jar in a disused corner of a retail counter for decades, you usually have only one option. Well, that's true. You could get a fortune cookie manufactured by HNSTY, pronounced Nisty. It smells lemony and NetHack-esque. It'll probably be the thing if you just find it. Probably be just the thing if you find yourself stuck somewhere. Okay. I'm kind of curious. Let's buy one of those and see what it does. Okay. Let us eat. Okay, well, let's use my bad guano. Get that done. Oh, right, it was food, so it'd be under consumables. Let's smash the fortune cookie. The key to your future success may lie in the daily dungeon. Looks like there were some lucky numbers printed on the bottom of the fortune, but they got turned off when you smashed the cookie. Okay. That's actually not the solution to what I'm thinking of, but it is a good bit of advice. So let's go and see if we can do the daily dungeon. I don't have the muscle yet, actually. I could eat the thing. Could eat the candy. You know, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Where is my candy? Candy, candy, candy. It's the milk studs will probably be enough. I am Milk Studley for 15 adventures. Okay, now we will go to the daily dungeon. Oh, there's now a limerick dungeon too. But we'll do the daily dungeon first. I can bash down the door. I lose 71 hit points of gold worth of gold damage. Holy cow. Okay. There's a giant moth. I'm beaten up, unfortunately. Oh, but I did learn the thrust smack. Okay. I acquire an item, giant moth dust. Okay. It's a potion. It gives me the effect slightly larger than usual. Let's adventure again in the daily dungeon. I'm fighting a giant pumpkin head. You can encounter a trick-or-treating kid wearing a jack-o'-lantern on its head. A really, really big jack-o'-lantern, now that you think about it. Which you do, because you just got head-butted by it. Hey, what's all that about, you ask? But the kid doesn't reply. Alright, I got a big punk, which gives me big pumpkin, which adds to my moxie. Well, that makes sense. Alright. Chamber 3 of the daily dungeon appears to be empty, but you know better. Don't put empty rooms in dungeons, so any room that appears to be empty must contain something you haven't seen yet, and anything you haven't seen yet must be assumed to be a trap. So what's it going to be? Let's proceed forward cautiously. Take 27 hit points. Okay, let's adventure again in the daily dungeon. Let's proceed backwards cautiously. Oh, well, okay. It's kind of a hit point thing. In the 5th chamber of the daily dungeon, you come across a plain-looking treasure chest. I got an extra strength strongness elixir. This elixir will make you stronger, so you can drink more elixir. So you can get stronger, so you can drink more elixir. But someone is phoning me, so I'm going to put the recording on hold for a moment.